Evil Empire. I'm your host, Evil Empire, and this week's feature is Atarka Gruul. So this is a Gruul aggro deck that I've actually played in Historic from the very beginnings of the format. I think I played this deck as early as like maybe the first 6 months. Sometime I started in the first 6 months of 2020. I think probably played Historic for the first time around like March or February of 2020, and was this deck. I mean, I had played the same one in Standard a little bit on Arena, but so this deck has a pretty long history with me. And you know, this past week I did something pretty special with the deck, which was I contended for top 1200 Mythic at the end of the June season in Historic Best of One. So it was something that I took a lot of pride in, and I'm happy to share it with you this week. I think it's going to be a really fun ride through the games that I played. And overall, I was impressed with the ability of Atarka's command to act as reach and a finisher. There was one game, I don't think it's going to make the cut into the video, but there was one game where I just literally straight up cast 2 Atarka's commands to win the game from killing the opponent from 5 life, I think. Azorius control opponent. But, you know, that particularly has impressed me with this build, and basically what I'm working with is Sandy Dog's version of the deck. So if you don't know who Sandy Dog is, he's a really fantastic aggro mage, plays a lot of the Insight esports tournaments. You should definitely check out his stream, his content. And more or less the deck that I got from him earlier, I think back in the beginning of June, maybe I put this deck together for the first time. And I have to say I'm just very impressed overall with how much damage it can put out in the first, say, 4 turns of the game. Oftentimes when on the play and you have the best draw, you're probably going to be able to win on turn 4 with an Atarka's command and just attacking in for those last few points. Really, a Jeskai Mage's Nightmare is what this deck is, and just utility everywhere, little bits of utility from everything in the deck. Little tricks you can do, like for example, if you want to just keep dealing 2 damage instead of, like, you can't get in with anything for Heshep Oasis, you can actually sack Heshep Oasis. Because it's a desert, you can sack it to Ramunap Ruins and use your Ramunap Ruins multiple times. That's a really interesting little trick that the deck has for one thing. And just lots of other little fun ways the deck can interact well. Like Collected Company is a great way to mess with control mages. You let them wipe the board, think that they're ahead, and then end of turn you hit them with Collected, and you just start rebuilding almost immediately, hitting them for multiple, maybe 5+ points of damage off a Collected. And it just really swings the game super hard. So overall, just very impressed with this deck in the Best of One format. I'll give you some other opinions on cards that you might want to tweak and change, but one thing I will say is I had in this 2-drop slot, this 2-of-2-drop slot, I had Robber of the Rich for some time. I think you could also reasonably play Zertog Goblin, but ultimately I settled on Scavenging Ooze because it is such an important ability that it has to interact with graveyards. Granted, Scavenging Ooze is much worse early in the game, but pretty much all their points, you're happy to have a Scavenging Ooze to grind. And I think that was maybe one of the big things that you'll notice from the early games, is that I completely cut Robber of the Rich from the list and went back to what Sandy Dog had, which was a 2-of Scavenging Ooze. There's also 2 of them in the sideboard for those of you who play Best of 3. So let's get right into the games. It's going to be a super duper long episode, so I don't want to spend too much time introducing the deck. It's Gruul aggro, you smash face, you know what this deck does. Let's see it in action. Alright, welcome. Snap Keep. There is an extended cut of this episode. If you want to go see it, please check out my Twitter account. Find the link on my Twitter page. Follow me. I'm giving an extended cut as a thank you to my followers for getting me over 50. First milestone. So this is probably going to be a... Really a pellet... I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a pellet collector. It's always going to be a Llanowar Elves in my heart. Just... yeah, we want to ramp. Let's get to 3. Let's do the... well, it depends what they're running, right? So let's see. Either Oncrop or Bone Crush, but again, it depends kind of if we need to use the Stomp or not. Spire says we don't ever need to use Stomp. So I think we just play out the big 4-3 here. And then hit them even harder with Oncrop next turn. Alright, instead I'll do Pelt Collector. And hold up Stomp to just Stomp face. Sure. And then trigger that with the 4-3 next turn. Yeah, it does get in more damage next turn. I don't know. It does get more damage. Just it's Pelt Collector is so awkward when you're ramping to 3 and you don't have Voltaic Brawler. Alright, so Stomp Face is the play. Up to 4, but I think I'll just play this tapped. And then go for the Bone Crusher Giant. I could also shock it in and just get 1 more damage. Maybe that's worth it. To shock the land in. I think is what I do, yeah. And then just get that 1 extra point. Get them down to 15. Now they're going to get their big ramp on here with something nice. Let's see. What does the opponent have? Okay, that's going to make a creature to block with.
Until you... there is great power in the things we make.
Alright, so little rampy ramp creature. Or little artifact creature, rather. Do I exert here? I don't know if I do. I think I just attack here, attack here, and just let the opponent take the bait. And we'll just blow them out here with Atarka's command. This will pretty much chop the leg off of them. We'll get to keep on Crop Crasher, and just whatever blocker they make next turn won't get the block. They need this 2-2 to stabilize them in the worst way. I think the correct play is just to trade, actually. Because even the trade is fine, and we'll just get them with the Atarka's command next turn fully. We do notably need a red source for Ramanop Ruins. Alright, well, I think I still get them here. Yeah, regardless of how they block, they still are going to lose. Because it adds up to 8. It actually adds up to 9, depending on how they block.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
Oh, okay. Well, now I will probably need to figure out a way... Alright, well now the opponent needs to give us a little help with blocking. Right? How do we get out of this? Does it involve Hush Up Oasis? Let's just attack all and see how the opponent blocks. Might be able to get them with just Atarka's command, depending how they block. Three damage, +1/+1. Alright, 1 more turn for them. This feels really bad. I should not be giving them 1 more turn. There had to be a way to get them last turn. Maybe just needed that red source. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, well, please don't hurt me, bro.
My presence alone will guide you towards victory.
Yeah, destroy one of my guys.
Do not include you.
Plus on
You may
Karn.
regret that choice.
Oof. Not getting the Ulamog. I can almost cast it. With it costing only 8 from the Ugin. So we're getting... Oh, okay, we're getting them dead. Never mind. Yeah, they're just done here. That was the exact draw we needed. Both at you. You block my Bone Crush. I deal you 5. Game is over. Okay. So, close call, but we just drew the card we needed, so easy game. And welcome to... Also 99. Okay. Fully a keep. We'll draw what we need. 2 99% enter. 1 99% leaves. This is for numbers, so let's get it. Let's go get it. So this is gonna be pay the life. Now our elves will take Brawler. We'll hit them hard with Robber of the Rich next turn. This was back when Robber and the Rich was still in the deck, which it is not now. Just the card advantage never happened. I think that was the main reason. Like a two mana 2/2 haste is fine, but like if it doesn't have any upside, It might as well just be a Zertog Goblin at that point. So, I actually made it into a more useful creature. Scavenging Ooze, I think, is much more appropriate and is more toward the stock list anyway. Alright, so this is going to be Pelt Collector first and then Robber. And hope to kill them with the Atarka's command next turn. I think we shock for it, shouldn't we? Get all the damage in that I can. Well, I don't think I played that correctly at all. Am I afraid of Sweeper here? I think I'm playing around Sweeper here, which I don't need to do. Ugh. Double Phoenix is going to be impossible. Oh man, just got that sinking feeling like you know you're going to lose to Double Phoenix right now as we get Double Phoenixed. Yeah. So how do they do it, one wonders? Yeah, they're just going to block with them, of course. Alright, well, thus begins the feeble quest to outsize these Arclight Phoenixes, which I'm never going to do in a million years. Oh, feels bad. That sinking feeling like you know it's not going to happen this time around. Alright, so this is going to be a very sad attack. Just have to, pretty much, otherwise gonna lose. Maybe it's not right to attack here. These are terrible trades because these creatures are just coming back next turn. No way they don't have 3 instants and sorceries to play with this 4 mana that they're gonna have. Should just give up. This is not gonna go well. But for the content, I'll keep playing for now until it gets too frustrating. Alright, so please don't have another mana and a 1 mana spell. Maybe? Maybe just don't have it. One time? One time, please? One time? Every time. Every time they have a 1 mana spell. Oh, and it's 3 of them now. Yeah, because why not? You got the shiny ones, so it's extra special. Yeah, my deck does not beat this. This is not going to happen for us right now. I can attack all, and it doesn't matter. So I guess just attack here. Don't exert. Attack, attack, attack. Leave up Atarka's command. They'll just trade and bring it all back. We'll do this all again next turn. And I'm never beating that. Never gonna beat Triple Phoenix. I just got Triple Phoenixed out of this. It's rare to you see the Double Phoenix on some occasions, but it's rare to see the Triple Phoenix. It's Triple Phoenix and bring it back a 3rd time. Just bring it right back. What is it, Finale? It looks like they're in their graveyard, so probably Finale. Yeah. Looting and opt, so here come 3 Phoenix. 3 Phoenix Eye. Yeah, I'm done. I'm out. Alright, back to middle 99. Yeah, that's fully a keep. Okay, so Teamer Triome says what? Don't know. Niv? Oh, this deck. Of course. Alright. So Etherworks Marvel. You don't see this one much. This was like kind of the flavor of the moment when Kaladesh came out, but it's not trendy anymore. People don't play it. Haste hits you for almost a dozen, 10, 11. Alright. So this is the nut draw right here. Tasted opponent. Does it taste good? About to get 11 again next turn. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This deck is strong. Strong. When it smorks, it really gets the opponent down fast. That's a turn 3 opponent at 10. And they gained life. Like, they gained 3. And they're still at 10 on turn 3. So, that's not even Atarka's command doing its thing. Really? You're just gonna shock because nothing matters and life is a dream? Life is a waking, stillborn dream? So yeah, just all at opponent here. Just they're dead 6 ways to Sunday. This is basically a non-game. But I'm keeping it in for this sequence. Yeah, that's your plan? Your plan is to gain 3 again? Here, I've got that 3, and then I've got about a dozen more. Yeah, you're done. Bye. Alright, back to the edge of numbers. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of, like, percentage jail. Meh. I don't know if I'm going to keep... this seems like a mulligan. Yeah, this is fine. We'll get the elves into the on-crop crasher. It'll be awkward to have Pelt Collector stranded in hand. But I think that's the play. Drew land, so now it feels like not the play, but... should just bottom the Pelt Collector. I don't know. Maybe bottoming land is more correct, so maybe that land of 2 draw of land is fine. Yeah. Alright, so bottoming land was probably correct then. I think it's just on crop and like let it get lightning helix or whatever. If it resolves, they have helix. If it doesn't, yeah, okay. That's actually what I'd prefer them to have that for sure. Over helix. Helix is the absolute devil. I will bone crush my own creature before I let it get helixed. Believe that. That is the truth, friends. I think that play will come up actually later, but yeah, no, if you have the ability to do it, just prevent them from gaining life by killing your own creature. It's fully worth it. It is a legitimate... I know it feels weird. The first time you do it, it feels awkward, but like, that is fully the play with Lightning Helix. You do not let them gain life. You prevent that life gain trigger with your absolute life. Alright. Get in. 5 down to 15. So we begin the process of draining them down to 0. Atarka's command feels good. Doesn't get us away from Lightning Helix or any 3 damage sweeper. Or any sweeper, period. Yep.
I'm not going to sit this one out.
Didn't think you were, buddy.
Hold that thought.
You know I prefer to have you on my side of the table, but if you have to come to the party, then you have to come. Alright, so what does opponent have up here? Their options are like, what? Lapse, Helix. Oh, yeah, here it comes, by the way. This is the play. I can't believe this is actually the correct play. Yeah, so we definitely attack phase, because who cares about Teferi? If that gets to ultimate, we've already lost. And here it is. The dreaded Helix. And I can play out the other half of the giant. You will not gain life. I will do anything to prevent it. Go to 18. Never. I would gladly kill my own crasher and gain. Yeah, so get a counter there. Feels good too. So instead of going to 18 and then down to 15 again, they just straight go to 12. See, that's huge. Now they're within striking distance. If they don't have anything else, we get them.
You know what?
No sweeper, no sweeper, no sweeper, no sweeper, no sweeper, no sweeper, no wrath, no wrath, no wrath. One time, one time. Yes!
Those who cannot perceive
can stop
beyond
me.
the veil of reality. Put thoughtfulness before action.
Alright, so Narset, Finds Helix. Alright. Don't play it now. You better not play it now. Don't play it now. Oh, yes. Opponent does not know how to... Oh, yes. We're going to get them so good with this Helix. It's fully for lethal, by the way. So we're dead to lapse. Or we're not dead, but we dislike lapse here a lot. But we got the lapses out of their hand already. I don't think they have any. So here they go for Helix on the Bone Crushy. Nope. Now, question is, do I do the can't gain life? Well, it's 3, right? So if it's 3, then just deal 3 damage and basically accomplish the same thing. So I think the play is just the damage or the life. It doesn't matter. Like, if you prevent the life gain, it's the same. So just do the one that I'm used to, I guess. Yep, you're at -2. Good night. See what I got. Oh yeah, 1477. Let's go. Let's go. Numbers. Taste it. Tastes good. Alright, first game at numbers is a keeper. We're going to go green side of this pathway into elves, into sad pelt collector, into collected. And then it will be happy pelt collector after that. Hopefully we draw like a pretty much any 2-drop. Would be sweet to fill in the curve with pelt collector next turn, but still pretty much an ideal start. If you're Cocoing on 3, you're doing it. Yeah, maybe actually pelt collector, because I can still, if it gets taken out with removal here. Oh, okay. Yeah, pelt collector still gets us there on 3 if we play it now. So whatever. Pretty much 6-1 here. Didn't really matter which way to play it. Alright, night feels kind of bad. It outsizes this pretty quickly. Yeah, go with the ruins and then just do it. We need to attack here. Don't really need the mana that much, so I'm gonna grab another collector. Alright, so pelt collector looking not terrible in this game. As usual, right? On the draw, it feels better. Or sorry, on the play rather. Not the draw. Oh, opponent had no removal. They were looking at a bunch of 2/2s and they said no thank you. Alright, that's a glitch. I'm at like 13 something. Yeah, so this is a dangerous keep, but a keep. So you can see I'm at 1365. This is the very next game that I played. It was a complete glitch. It just displayed my previous rank. There's a lot of glitches with rank. So get used to that. Super lame reality. We're not really drawing much of the power here. Really wish that I was, but I'm not. Oh, that feels really bad to get tithed there. Come on, opponent. Who runs Mana Tithe main deck? Who runs Mana Tithe, period? People do. Alright, so BTE into nothing. Or BTE into Atarka's command and feel super sad about it. I don't know if I command here. I don't think I should, but I'm going to because I just feel bad about this hand not working out. It's probably a mistake. Getting in with Land Worlds is always a mistake. Omen of the Sun, make a couple of 1/1s. What kind of deck am I playing against? Jeez. Oh, this deck. The stupid Craterhoof deck. Get in for 10. Trample. It's rough. Yeah. Alright, so this is not feeling good at all. And I'm probably going to lose now. We could play his on-crop, just attack with all. Temple, top. Oh. Ugh, I hate you. You're a terrible human. And I hate you. The old double transmogrify back to the percentage jail. Yeah. Alright, well, it's displayed right that time. Don't know if I can keep this, but I'm probably going to. Alright, let's, okay, we got the elves, but no green, down to 5. That feels really bad. Alright, so, at this point, it is now June 30th when I'm recording this, and it's the last day of the season. I decided at this point I was only going to record games where I was right on the edge of getting to numbers, like right at the 99 threshold where I get to numbers. So you're going to notice some inconsistencies with the video that way. But it was just, there were so many matches, and there was really no point in recording the ones that were only for like half of 99, you know? Oh boy, this did not work out the way I planned. What is opponent on? Okay, Magma Opus deck of some kind. Expressive iteration. Let's see. I'm not sure what this is. But I know I'm gonna Coco next turn. Okay, so one goes to hand, one to library, and then Brainstorm to exile. So, island? Or steam vents or something? Yep, island, brainstorm, sure. You do you, friend. Yep. So, measly attack. Opponent, Fable Passage. It's red mana. Oh. Come on, don't they know this is for my into the numbers? I need to get up there with you. Alright, Coma. Yeah. Coco, EOT. Oh, okay, Clothis doesn't... Clothis is not terrible. It's one of the better hits. Maybe not the absolute best hit, but it's close to the best hit we could have. Alright, so get rid of this because I don't want to flash back in my face. So Magma Opus is no longer in their graveyard. Feels good. Now we can turn on the Clothis here, which I think we do. And then we make it so that Coma can't block. We'll just trade with our Bone Crush and we'll get in for a bunch. And then that'll put us... I mean, I'm surprised that I'm as into this game as I am. I really shouldn't be that much into... Oh, come on, opponent. That's just mean. Mean-spirited. Not letting me attack with my haste creature. Alright, so they're down to 8 here. Lose the Bone Crush. Necessary sacrifice. Pelt Collector gets a little bigger. Alright, so we're in love. Sort of in this. I'm surprised at how in this we are, like I said. Opponent just expressive iterates. It's Mother Land Drop, okay. What could they have here? Trying to think what this list runs for removal. I've played it before. It runs Prismari Command. Well, I mean, I can play around a Prismari Command. Just have to wait for them to play theirs and get them. I've seen this now the second time where the opponent just doesn't play their removal spell like on their own turn when I'm tapped out, and I get them so hard. I've so hard punished them with Atarka's. Atarka's Command is one of these where you really have to play the game of, if my opponent has it, then what? And people just do not play that game. They just assume that you're supposed to play instants on the opponent's turn, and it's like not always correct. It's just not. So I can't turn on Clothis here, but he does get the opponent down to 6 for me with that damage. Alright, well, I think I can win. Yep, there it is. Blow you out. Yep, the opponent knew that it was, yep. Okay. Now, you can sack creatures, but it doesn't matter. Bye. Nice, 1385. Let's go. Yeah, this is keep. Boy, that was a terrible attack with Coma by our opponent in the last game, wasn't it? Really head-scratching play. They could have totally kept stable if they didn't attack with Coma there. Just got overconfident. Alright, so the nut start from our opponent. Feels bad, man. Yeah, go to 21. So opponent at 21, I at 19. So it's going to be BTE into Bone Crusher on the speaker. And then Llanowar Elves to round out our turn. It's an interesting question next turn. Do we collected? Do we just Bone Crush? Oh god. Don't appreciate that. No thank you. Don't have the second red to be able to Shatter Skull. It's the story a lot of the time with Shatter Skull smashing. I just don't get the 2 red a lot in this deck. The mana is such a problem for Gruul. They just... I mean, Crag Crown was a big deal, but it's just... You can't... There's so many tap lands you can't just... You can't have it. Yeah. Both of these, please. That's fine. Valkyrie. Oh boy. Alright, now we're never winning this. This is not a winnable game anymore. Creatures are too big, and I'm never getting in. And that is how you beat a Gruul deck, people. You outsize them. Yeah, so just all the bad trades here. Just take them all. Just take all the bad trades. It's fine. This will all be fine, I'm sure. What could go wrong? Yeah, I am not a fan of the Coco Angels deck. Not that it's not good, I just don't like the gameplay. From either end. Alright, that's another glitch. I'm actually at 99%. Now, I am getting down here the very final few games of the season. Really need this one to go well. Don't have my favorite one drop in hand, but I'll see if I can make it work. Against goblins? Alright, this is going to be uphill. Uphill both ways. This into Voltaic Brawler. So BTE ramping up a little bit. What is it next turn? Okay, War Chief. And it's probably just stomp the War Chief, move on with life. Because we don't want them getting their creatures any cheaper. That's the worst part of that card for us. No, if they want to chump, let them. Let's save the trample for when it matters next turn. Another Wily. Spends the treasure on a conspicuous Snoop. Okay. Well, this is going to be Heship Oasis, On-Crop Crasher, make it so that the Snoop can't block. Take action so they can't chump as easily. Wow, take it all. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, they got that little trick with Snoop and Krenko. That's a problem. So, what do? Boy, they're going to make a lot of goblins off this Krenko that's on top of their library. So it makes 4 right now. And then they set the upkeep stop. They make enough, and they just bury us, probably. That's how it's going to go down. Would be my guess. Alright, so how many creatures do they have? A lot. I don't know. Let's just attack. That's what this deck does, alright? It attacks. Let's just attack. We'll make it so one of the 2/2s can't block. And then we'll have the on-crop crasher going sort of every other turn with the exert ability. Yeah. Yeah, the trample does matter here. Once again, we need to force them to block all the way. So they make a bunch of blockers. Definitely wanted the trades. Yep, they want these trades real bad. So get this on-crop off the board. Get this 4/3 off the board. Yep, just line them all up, sure. And then they're going to set this upkeep stop so they can make another, like, half dozen goblins. When you're playing at this level, I assume that you are able to pilot your deck properly this way. This trick with the Krenko's coming up is a doozy. Oh, opponent, you done messed up. Yep, this pause shows that they know it. They know that they've made a mistake by not setting the upkeep stop, and now they're a little bit stunned by what they've done. Or, you know, not done, in this case. They need land to play the Krenko. They don't have it, so just sad pass of the turn. And you're done. Feels good to get a win in at this level. This is the high level, so... Not the tippy top, granted. This is, like, you know, low numbers, but still. Alright, so that's gonna not block. This is Atarka's command. Good night. Sweet, sweet opponent. All over with the crying. Sweet, what'd we get? 13-10. Alright, there's just a few minutes left in the season at this point. It would be really amazing if the opponent conceded. I know that's a lot to expect, but I'm at 13-10. It's the top 1200. Could you help a brother out? Can we be friends in this way? I do have a pretty bomb hand, so I am going to keep. Mulligan, mulligan. Are you serious? You are the greatest opponent in the history of opponents. Alright, that's another glitch. Okay, so look, opponent. I'm at 1263. You're at 93%. This is not a great hand. I'm gonna keep it. Can I get some help? Can I get bumped up? Shocking Overgrown Tude and then Thoughtseize. Yeah, no, you're not getting any help from this opponent. Take my BTE. Feels really bad. Literal last few minutes of the season. You can't help a friend out. Can't we just be friends? Alright, here's Scoos. Why a 3-3? We can't kill a 3-3. Come on. Alright, we'll tack into it here. Threaten the trade. Opponent at 13. I can't even afford for this game to go long on time either. I just need it to be done so I can get it inside the season. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Just don't have time to fight this out. 1366 is where I end June 2021. Not bad. And I'm back with Atarka Gruul. So, as you saw, a heartbreaking ending to the season for me, losing the top 1200 in the final game in the final minutes. I think I started that game at about 2:57, with the deadline being 3 p.m. when the season resets. Basically, if that last opponent had conceded to me, there's a decent chance I would have made top 1200. It's not guaranteed. I mean, you're not going to guaranteed jump all the way into top 1200 from there. I might have still fallen short. But if I had gotten a quick win or a concede from the opponent who really didn't have anything to play for, perhaps was not even aware that the season was going to reset in a few minutes when the opponent joined the match. But overall, I think a really positive showing from me this season. I didn't really even try to get into the top 1200 until the last 2 days of the season. I had kind of just been sitting at 95% for several days, not really grinding anything, mostly because I had other life stuff to take care of, like basically, as a teacher, when you finish the school year, you have to do all the things that you couldn't do during the school year, like get your car repaired and things like that you never really had time for. So I was busy taking care of some of that kind of stuff, just like necessary stuff. But anyway, I think coming up in July should be another fun end of season run. I'm gonna try to get the Mythic grind on a little bit earlier this time. I think I have a lot of time on my hands, being that I'm not working this summer, but we'll see how that goes. I think I'll have a better result next month, and we'll see. We'll track how that goes. But I'll certainly be interested in playing a similar deck. Although we will have the summer set cards that are releasing from the D&D set, Adventures in Forgotten Realms. Boy, that's a mouthful. We really need to figure out how to just shorten that right down. But yeah, so new set, D&D set is releasing, and so maybe that will shake up the historic meta a little bit. We'll have to take a look and see. Right now, it looks like they've definitely powered things down, but you never know. There was one blue card today that was spoiled that really was pretty powerful, and a lot of people were excited about. Definitely the most powerful one, a 4-drop creature blue. I forget the name of it, but we'll certainly be seeing it, probably, if not in a lot of historic decks, then I would actually be surprised. Honestly, it looked really good. So that is Atarka Gruul. Card changes, I'll just come right out and say, I think Pelt Collector is a difficult one for me. I often cut it when I'm on the draw. I think Pelt Collector is much, much better on the play. But I don't know. There's just no other one drop. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to play a Shambling Swarm in this deck? You're going to play some Jaspera Sentinels? I mean, you want something that has that ability to get big, and it does go pretty well with Atarka's command. Gives us another body. But it is definitely not your preferred one drop. I would always mulligan for Llanowar Elves in this deck. You will definitely be happy going to even 5 cards if you can get a Llanowar Elves. So that is pretty much the only card choice that's really, really questionable. I know a lot of people dislike On-Crop Crasher. I am totally on the On-Crop Crasher bandwagon. Just whenever blocking matters in the format, and it is that kind of format right now, I think, even with all the instants and sorceries that were put in from the Mystical Archive, it's still, like, Best of 1 is still very much an Elves type of format. It's a creature-based one. I think in that case, On-Crop Crasher is good. But maybe if you're playing Best of 3 Gruul and it has the situation where it's just kind of not a creature-based format, like aggro does not do intensely well in the Best of 3 environment right now, just because of how powerful the control cards are and how incredibly powerful some of the combos are, like, you know, the Indomitable Creativity combo. That type of deck is just going to really ravage these fair decks like Atarka Gruul, or even something like the Selesnya Company deck. Those are really just going to get taken down super hard in Best of 3. So it's a little bit tougher, although you can definitely make it work. And I think especially in the case of Selesnya, because it has that hand interaction now with Elite Spellbinder, it's just such a crucial card to be able to compete with the board wipes and all the different powerful spells that are going on. So overall, just super happy that I was able to compete hard, and wasn't the finish I wanted, but we'll get the next one. And so that's going to do it for the Historic Weekly feature. I'm releasing this as a extended cut as well, but you'll have to follow me on Twitter to find that tweet and get the link to the extended cut. So make sure that you do that. I'm offering this extended cut as a thank you to those of you who follow me. I surpassed 50 followers this week. So I got to celebrate every milestone. Extended cut of this episode, the longer cut, because you know you want more of this sweet, sweet ranked play. The punishment and the triumph that is the jank, crazy nonsense that happens in the historic best of one format. I know a lot of people kind of cringe at it, but hey, at least you get to watch it. You don't have to play it the way that I suffer through it. But I'm also, inflicting quite a bit of damage on opponents and giving back quite a bit. So it's been a lot of fun for the June season. Definitely one of my most successful ever. Almost made top 1200 for the first time. I'm just going to keep on plugging away. I'm going to get there sometime. So at any rate, thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel below, and we'll see you on the feature next week. Everybody, thanks for watching so much. You're the super cool kids who make it to the end of the video. Bye.